Hello, hello, y'all ain't quick. What is good, everybody? In a few minutes, we're going to go over the data mine and junk. So, yay, I hope you're ready for my thoughts on that stuff, because I got a good amount of them, not gonna lie. PogChamp, he says, when PogChamp literally just got banned by Twitch. Kinda wild, not gonna lie. Anywho, don't mind me, just getting a few more things ready. And I'm just gonna have a Tempest Trial auto battle before I forget to do it again. I am strong and I am tough, and I am definitely not slow. And then his preference weapon is -5 speed XD. But good luck with the +10 Arden. The dude looks pretty great, not gonna lie. Plus HP minus speed for the maximum memes. Yep. You're definitely doing the good stuff. Oh dear lord.
This is going to get rough.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. I'm using her for Arena, so I have to pair her up with someone, right? So I paired her up with Marth. Those two basically carry the entire thing. You're guessing that Arden's perf has a debuff that activates with HP or death? I won't give spoilers for anyone that hasn't seen them yet, but I will tell you that that's not it. Oh my. You're gonna be surprised at how jacked Arden is right now. Like, all of these refines are pretty good. Well, Kenshin Hinoka was already a pain to face in Hall of Forms and stuff. That's the only time where she was, like, good. because you have like trashy armors that you have to fight with. I don't think you'll see her being used by players anytime soon, mind you. But now she's gonna be more annoying in the hands of the AI. She's like an AI character. She feels like an AI only character where she's only strong when you're not using her. Sylvia, please. Legion, what the fuck? These stupid god swords in auto battle. SMH. I don't know, characters like this, characters like Aversa, Iago, certain things with like HP conditions tend to be better with AI than they are with normal units, unfortunately. Alright, last map and then we're gonna begin. Echo Cat is cheating. I'm calling cheats. Bro, Jill's busted too, I guess. Yay, we're done. Still no spoilers, but I have a question, Jenny. She's pretty broken, and that's what I did with her. Look at it, it's pretty. Okay, let's begin. I'm gonna start with the refines because I'm like super ready to get into those. So check this out. Here are the refines. We have the Forseti refine, and the Warrior Princess refine, sure. The usual, as well as our new weapons for Jenny, Springtime Staff, and Arden's Blade. Let's start from the top. Starting with Forseti, it did change a little bit actually. If unit's HP is above 25% and unit initiates combat, grants attack and speed +4 during combat, and unit makes a follow-up before folding tower attack. The new change is that the condition was dropped from 75% to 25%, which is a pretty big buff because that means he never actually needs to run Desperation anymore. So as for the refine, at start of combat, if foe's HP is above 75, grants attack speed +4, and if unit initiate combat and also to unit during combat and also neutralizes penalties to unit's attack and speed, and bonuses to foes' attack and speed. Ooh, that's actually very strong, actually. So I like it. It's definitely what he needed, but he really didn't need all that much because Forseti was already very, very strong. So giving him this, you know, definitely keeps him up in line with like some of the current new wind infantry units we have. He gets a lot. He is a very, very, very hard-hitting player phase unit. He has a little bit different stuff than say Merrick, but he can't just run no follow-up in his B slot, so it's not a big issue. So I would say there isn't too much to add to this. Like, if you were using Forseti in the first place instead of following him for Special Spiral, you know, your game plan doesn't change too much, except you have a little more stats to play with, and you have an easier to hit condition with his HP needing to be above 25 instead of it being above 75. So perfect right there, not gonna lie. And you know, a full condition being like 75% isn't terrible. It's not 100%, so it's definitely usable. So yeah, I'd say this is a pretty great refine. he didn't need too much already, and he just got a little bit more to keep him in line with everyone else that's new. Next for this is Warrior Princess, which is Kinshin Hinoka. It's effective against flying and armored foes, grants speed +3, usual, grants attack speed +4 to allies within 2 spaces, and if unit is within 2 spaces of allies, grants attack and speed +4 to that unit during combat. Alright, pretty good. Gives her a little bit of support. You know, adding 4 attack and speed to allies is pretty nice. I like it. That's why I use Sedef, but you know, Sedef isn't like a flying bow unit with armor effectiveness. But that said, you know, it's not terrible. It might help with her damage a little bit because her base attack is kind of shit when it comes to like fighting armor units. And then for her refine, it's attack speed and defense -4 on foes within 3 spaces. Oh, that's actually kind of nice. Okay, so since it's 3 spaces, you can throw her in the back of something and let her be like a full support. It doesn't lower res, but that's fine. So, alright, let me set up the example. Let's say you're using her as a support, right? You can put her behind a space behind a melee unit, and they'll get that effect as long as they're fighting something, as long as the melee is fighting something within range. If you put her adjacent, then it can hit ranged units. Of course, using her adjacent to an ally can be kind of sus, but if you get it to work, it works amazing. I'd say with other skills like using speed, def, rain, and all of the other fixins, I think Kinshin Hinoka can one-shot a few shitty armors. Unfortunately, her bulk is kind of garbage, and anytime she hits something, if it counterattacks, you know, it's kind of over. Like, she just gets counterattacked and she typically dies in 1 hit. Like, I'm pretty sure this Hinoka isn't going to be killing something like my Winter Hilda anytime soon. And it helps her, but I don't think it's enough, not gonna lie. Now, on to our new units. So, Arden's Blade, speed -5, unit attacks twice, even if foe initiates combat, unit attacks twice. So, they actually gave your boy a Master Sword. That's pretty stacked all on its own. Which also means that Sword Reinhardt, he's actually eligible for a refine. And yes, this does in fact make Arden the first armored unit with a dual phase brave weapon. Unless I'm forgetting somebody, but yeah. Of course, unfortunately it's a sword, and we already have plenty of Master Swords in the game. Like, just looking at Laszlo, right? Although Laszlo's is conditional, Arden being an armor can be pretty great. So for the refine, at the start of combat, if unit's HP is above 50%, grants attack +4, defense +6, and inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on foes per attack. So it also inflicts guard. That's pretty great. I like it. I don't know if I would use it over, say, Laszlo, but Arden has like the biggest set of like attack and HP available to like an armor unit, so your boy hits hard pretty naturally. Now, because his weapon has guard in it, the question is, what B slot do you put on him? You could always keep follow-up ring, that way you can have a dual phase quad, and I mean your boy can quad, sort of, by just keeping this follow-up ring on. But if you want to make something really good, you might want to go ahead and just just actually leave that on. Unless you have access to the one fighter skill that's seasonal lock that nullifies debuffs, then just keep follow-up ring. Maybe, yeah, no, not even a maybe, just keep it. maybe you might want to use Bold Fighter, but even then, I'm like, no, not really. This is the whatever Red Dragon dude. I can't pronounce his name tonight. I'm not even gonna try. Anyway, you get him, and then that's probably a better B slot. But as with all master weapons, the real best B slot is Vantage, because Arden has so much HP that getting into Vantage range with him is super easy, especially considering the part where, especially considering the part where if he's in Vantage range and he has to fight something with Hardy Bearing, he can actually live it because he has so much bulk that it doesn't actually matter that they have Hardy Bearing. So that's absolutely something to consider. Would I build Arden though? I'm still not sure. He is free. But outside of memes, I don't know if I would actually do it. Anyway, our last one. And now for our last refine, we have Springtime Staff, which I'm just going to read off right here. Grants attack +3. Foe can't counterattack. After combat, if unit attacks, inflicts gravity on target and foes within 1 space. Unfortunately, it's not 2 spaces. I was hoping to be like stronger, but it's a gravity staff preference weapon with attack +3. That was about expected. She comes with gravity normally. So anyway, pretty standard so far, huh? So the refine. If unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack and res +5 to unit during combat, and restores 7 HP to unit and allies within 2 spaces after combat. So, this is strong. This is very strong. This is stronger than it looks. Because this refine was made in mind that you're only gonna get 1 hit. But if you do what I do, and you just go nuts on the attack and the speed, well, this is already a shitload of attack. This is a 17 might staff for 1. And then when she initiates combat, or if she's attacked within 2 spaces, you can make this a pretty funny enemy phase weapon, but I wouldn't actually do that. Okay, actually I would do that because I unironically do have close counter on her. Don't judge. I'm crazy like that. Okay, I'm not that crazy. Maybe a little bit, but she hits extremely hard. Like, this is like, you know how much attack this actually is? Like, you get 5 from here for 63, and then you get 7 more here for 70, and then the other solo is also 76. So you're sitting at like 76 attack and like 50 speed, and that's before blue buffs. 50 speed isn't a lot these days, but I'd say that's pretty decent. Oh yeah, close ward, close foil. If you get your hands on either of those, it'll actually do very well for her. Because her defense isn't like absolutely, okay, it's a little bit garbage, but bumping it up to 31 will probably help you out a little bit. Her HP, however, is probably her weakest end, aside from her speed. But her attack, this is a healer hitting for like 70, 80 attacks, so yeah, you maybe just want to work on her speed and defense if you want to build her around in a team. So on top of that, it also has Breath of Life in it for initiation, right? But you also get this on enemy phase. So that's it for the refines, except we're actually just gonna play around with Jenny for like the next hour or something. So let's throw in some crazy shit. Where's Seta? That's Eldigan, not Seta. There's Seta. Alright, let's throw in we'll throw in a Peony too. So let's just go ahead and take it let's just take it for a quick spin, right?
Good morning.
Let's hit something like... We'll go ahead and hit this Aussian. So, I'm just gonna test out the fart hurt where it's like an enemy phase thing. So, let's see what this NS do. And as you can see, she heals 7 HP for everybody, and that's pretty great. So another idea for her would be for her B slot. God, look at this. Those are some numbers, let me tell you. And it's just a +3 buff. God, she hits so hard, it's amazing. Alright, so another thing you can do with this staff is you can put Mystic Boost on with Breath of Life and then another Mystic Boost. So if you initiate, you can also do like double Breath of Life. If I remember correctly, you can wear those weapons, you can wear that skill as a healer. Let me just go ahead and inherit that real quick because I want to make sure. I think I have a Felicia lying around. Ooh, I have 6 of them actually. Perfect. Yep, you can put on Breath of Life. Also have odd recovery, so you know, you can heal like 27 HP in a turn for allies if you only like take like 1 hit of combat or something like that. I could have sworn I hit learn skills. So this is also a thing you can do. I don't have Mystic Boost fodder, but I would show that off. But also, if you put Mystic Boost on, you kind of lose your Raffle Staff. So maybe putting on 2 Mystic Boosts is not exactly the play because this is locked to Dazzling Staff. So unfortunately, you can't refine it for like Wrathful. But you can use it for like gravity tricks if you were to use Wings of Mercy, so yes. So with Mystic Boost, between this, you could get, you know, like 19 HP after combat every hit. I did not go over the Thracia boss unit yet. I'm just kind of rambling on about Jenny because Jenny is very fun. But yeah, if she initiates, she has 7 HP here. You know how it is. 21 HP for initiating on combat for allies. That's pretty great. I like it. But as for what I'm going to be using, I'm just going to keep her like pure beatdown. So yeah. Alright. There are other ideas. I only have 1 Enema Blessing, I don't want to use it right now. But you can put her in a double Thracia team, and she'll do amazingly well with the additional 10 defense. But there is one thing I can try test her with right now, and we're just gonna do that real quick. Because we now have a million more defense teams we can set up, and that's pretty great. What happens to all my blessings? AR happened, that's what happened. So let's throw her on like a double Yoon team, right? You can make some pretty funny stuff with this, not gonna lie. Gave my Jenny attack res unity. That's actually pretty sick, actually. Very good if you don't like build into her speed. Unlike me, who has absolutely went nuts on her speed. So a double Yoon setup looks pretty nice actually. With 42 base speed. 49 for the solo, and then 55 here. Yeah, I like it. You can get her to 61 speed if you can get her 61 speed with like a blue buff, but you know, that's optional, I guess. But yeah, I like that. That's pretty good. Let's see if we're just gonna leave air here. And we're just gonna see how strong she gets. $45. I did not manage to double though. But I have a pretty cracked air. She's sitting on like 49 speed. So you have to catch up on a lot of speed like that. If I slow her down just a little bit, but yeah. 35 res air, nearly got one shot. Good lord, she does like 45 damage. Yeah, that is looking very great. I like that a lot. But I won't keep you guys too long about the Jenny stuff. Expect many things to come out of this refined for me though. Also, having gravity is pretty great, but it's not amazing. Hey, the Arden guy here, and the Arden Finder is disappointing. I think it's good, but a blade effect would have been better than a guard effect. Absolutely. I feel like the guard effect is just a little bit too extra, but for most people that kind of keep him, that actually use him, yeah, I feel like that could be kind of disappointing. They could have gave him like a different effect, because you know, you could just throw special fighter on and forget about the refine, right? I mean, all that really matters is that the fact that you have a master weapon. If anything, you could probably just, well, I would say go for like a different like refine if you just want to grab like the extra bits in HP. But you know, it's kind of whatever. I think it's a fine weapon though, but I think he has too much competition with something like Laszlo, who is also a free-to-play unit. Oh yeah, if he had like a breath effect though, that'd probably be a lot better. Cause you could like Vantage him, get like Vantage Moonbow, crazy shit like that. But maybe once Vantage turns out as a Sacred Seal, then like you'll have some crazy shit to roll out with. But of course you could always just use Brave Lucina if you just really want to do that. But yeah, that's gonna be all for the Refines review. As far as I'm concerned, let me rank them real quick. So first place, obviously going to Bersetti. It's just a stupid weapon. It's just stupidly strong. Having base desperation at that high and he can throw in no follow-up or something. Like, Lewin's just really fucking good. It's not much extra as far as a refine goes, but it does help him keep up. But I say that's probably the best refiner out of the batch, considering the unit that it's on. Second place, and this is a very, 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 very close second place, because Jenny is she's so good, dude. It has nothing to do with me having like an absolutely cracked sheep, but come on, the gravity effect is fine, but being able to hit so hard as a staff unit, like you dump into her speed, man. Like she doubles with like 80 something attack, bro. Like that shit's about to go off. That shit's about to go like way off, bro. But yeah, second place for me, Jenny. Third, it's gotta go to my boy Arden. Like a master weapon, like that's already leagues and bounds ahead of like most weapons in general. The refine itself could have been a little bit better, mind you, but just giving him a master weapon puts him in line with like so many top tiers. Like your boy Arden is going to hit like tier 2, tier 1 real fucking quick. Like that's some very zero to hero shit. Like, I mean, yes, he's still a meme, but now he's a very good meme. And you know, that's a lot of things, and that's kind of what you kind of hope for when it comes to meme units. Like, if a meme unit gets a refine, you hope it's broken enough to actually make them like a serious threat for somebody if they were to run into him. But he gets third place for me because the refine isn't all that special. And because armor units have just some crazy shit going on for him that refine doesn't really add too much to him. And in last place you have Kishinoka because it doesn't feel like they gave her enough to justify using her outside of like her funny support. And it's like, wow, why did you give Hinoka support stuff? She needs damage, she needs a way to tank tanks, armor units specifically, because if she hits something, she's gonna get counterattacked and she's just gonna die. But a three range rain isn't bad, mind you. It's really good if you use it for a support thing. And if you stack rains together, you can probably make her do some legitimate damage. But it's legitimate damage on a unit that has paper for defense and HP. And it's really hard to get her to live things. Like, you have to throw on Sturdy Impact. I feel like she needed something to complement somebody using Sturdy Impact on her, right? And you know, reducing attack by 4 is decent, but I feel like it's not enough. It's okay, mind you, if you actually use Kenshin Hinoka, the extra bump and damage and will absolutely help you. Maybe you can one-shot some things. Other than that, I mean, Hinoka's kind of garbage. IS streaks are like garbage too. It's kind of unfortunate if you happen to unfortunately be a fan of hers or you waifu her or whatever. I'm not gonna judge, by the way, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, that is your refines. Let's go ahead and do the next thing on the list. My favorite thing, or well, everyone else's favorite things. It's time to review our new units and their data mine. Shoutouts to the boys over at Game Press for their stuff, and shoutouts to the Mexican Get It, and shoutouts to our good friends, the Mexican data miners who always get stuff out early and stuff. You know, those guys always gotta get their shoutouts because data miners, without them, we wouldn't have content, now would we? Well, we would just have to wait until the units actually came out legitimately. But anyway, let's start off with the banner units themselves. So we have Sara here. She has 35 HP, 40 attack, 37 speed, 16 defense, and 37 res. She has super boons and HP and attack, and she has a super bane and defense. Her total BST is 165. That plus attack is about to go off on her though. That 44. Let's go. But very standard stat line for the, actually, that looks like a stat line you would see on a blue mage, but considering she's like a light mage and they just kind of made her a healer, then that stat line actually technically makes sense. But anyway, you know, when it comes to her being a healer, this is basically a faster but not as hard as hitting Jenny, right? So, but she can get there though because she already has a base speed of 37. So, yeah, your girl's gonna hit pretty hard. If you need a refresher, her weapon, let me pull it up. I actually forgot it already. But her 14 might weapon, which is a preference weapon, mind you, gives you all of these really fun effects for allies. Like it's basically odd recovery, except you know it works on every turn. Which, if you put it like that, that means you're gonna see a lot of her in AR defense, and by a lot I mean all the goddamn time actually. And then she also comes with Return Plus, which is basically like Flame's rescue, except it does reposition instead of drawback. So she is absolutely going to be an AR defense unit, and get ready to see things repositioned into. Get ready to see her reposition things into you. Especially with those Winter Bernadetta setups. Like, dude, those things are annoying as shit. So yeah, this unit is literally just built for literally built for AR defense. She also comes with attack speed, push 4, dazzling staff, and joint drive res. So your girl's gonna go fast. But yeah, Sarah, straight up, probably one of the best healers in the game. She also adds like attack and speed plus 6 to every ally she heals from like her Kia staff, which is already pretty good too. It's at the start of each turn though, but mind you, that's still pretty strong. If it were like in combat though, oh god, she'd be absolutely broken. I mean, she is pretty broken herself, mind you, but I don't think Flame's much better, honestly. Well, remember that the condition is allies within 4 spaces. So all you really have to do is keep your mythics out of range of her, and yeah, you can just go from there. Also, as far as the repo goes, you know, that doesn't have much of a condition. Like, it's very simple. I mean, yes, 4 spaces is a lot in a 2x6, but don't think about it too much. Oh yeah, I mean, I guess Flame does have her, benefits though, because giving out damage reduction, kinda broken, but that's okay. Just tune in. I don't know if you already talked about it, but Kia staff on Sarah, who would that work with well on either rage? Like, which nukes have enough low HP? So, you know, like, I was gonna say something like, Vantage people. Like, you get them in Vantage range, you don't heal them, and you kind of just throw them into the enemy team, and that'll go. But that's an idea. I mean, I guess you just have to play with it a little bit more. But I feel like, as good as the Kia staff is, I feel like Return is the real, like, seller here. Because, you know, being an inheritable like reposition for healers is gonna be pretty nuts. But yeah, no question, if you go for anything on this banner, go for Sarah. Because that return, oh boy, that return is that return's pretty nuts. So next up, I don't have too much extra to say about her. She's just very good. So next up, we have your boy Ronan with, Jesus Christ, 38 HP, 34 attack, 40 speed, 17 defense, and 42 res. Pretty, he has 171 BST, and he has a super boon in HP and a super bane in defense. So it's pretty wild that they actually gave him that much res. But for those that do not play Thracia 7076, magic in that game is counted as 1 stat. And Ronan, he has a lot of it. But I did not expect him to have like literally no defense. But at least unlike Felicia, you know, he has an attack stat, and he's deceptively tanky because of his preference weapon. Which, if you don't remember, it's just another attack removal gimmick or whatever. He grants us, it's basically a spendthrift pref, but it also nullifies debuffs. And he can also ignore debuffs on himself, right? So it gives +6 attack, and then it inflicts -6 attack on foes while also making him immune to debuffs. It's pretty strong, but it's also, the problem is they made him blue, and I hate it because now we have like 3 blue preference weapon infantry that all do basically the same thing. And it's actually pretty funny. So I don't know. It's a very wonky stat line with 17 defense. I mean, even with the deceptive tankiness of your boy, like it feels kind of extra. But I don't know if I would ever like actually consider using him, right? So sure, what will we do with this, right? He is absolutely going to blow up mages. So if you're having trouble with any mages, like in like arena assault, getting a copy of him just to check stuff like legendary Julia, fallen Julia, Guinevere, the other blue mage that came out on the last banner, I don't remember her name right now. It's drawing me a blank. Actually, it was Guinevere. But yeah, you can use him, and he's just an amazing mage check. So he does have a role to fill, and that's just be a bot in AA. Which, you know, that's not terrible, but it's like, they could have done more with him, maybe? But that's just me thinking about like everybody's max potential, right? So yeah, you just make him a range counter. Like Loris Mage in Arena, Silica has a color advantage. Worst isn't the worst to deal with. I don't. Do you guys really have trouble with Legendary Celica? I feel like she's one of the easier ones to handle because her gimmick is pretty straightforward. Like, there isn't too much you have to, like, bother with her. But then again, I use Mini Marth, so maybe it's a little harder for other people. But for, like, Arena Assault, like, you can always throw, like, a DC red or, like, a red mage. And there are so many red mages that are just, like, very good at, like, breaking her. It's, like, pretty simple. But yeah, that's just me. But oh, by the way, Ronan does come with rally speed res and swift stance 3 as well as joint drive speed. So if you do get him for a pity break, he makes for pretty great fodder, especially stuff like joint drive speed. Definitely one of my favorite pieces of fodder to have. I don't have too much to add about him as well. He's just kind of another one in the pool with like fodder. So, moving on, we have Asbel, your boy. And he has 40 HP, 36 attack, 42 speed, 21 defense, and 26 res. He has a super bane in HP and a super boon in speed as well as res. He has 165 BST. He's pretty good. He's another crazy green mage infantry. There's not too much to say about him outside of that. Whatever you were doing with other ones, you can do it with him, basically. But if you don't remember, his weapon, Gruff Caliber, is a slaying weapon. It's also effective against flying foes, so he's already a very strong arena assault check, on top of probably being a very good AR defense unit. So, also, if he initiates combat or if units within 2 spaces of an ally, he gets 5 to all stats and he neutralizes their bonuses, their blue buffs. So, pretty good. He makes for a very, very strong AoE unit if you let him do that. He also, for his base kit, comes with Fury 4 and no follow-up, as well as Speed Resolve. No follow-up's pretty cool. Fury 4, kind of extra. If anything, he's probably a life and death type unit, solely on the grounds that his AoE loops are crazy good. So that would be something I would consider with him. Other than that, you know, how does he compare to stuff like Young Merrick? You know, I'd say they have about the same but similar things to do with each other, but because Young Merrick has no follow-up in his weapon, he has room to run things like Wind Sweep and Jump. So I would say he's probably just a little bit worse than Young Merrick, but if you do plan on using him, he has his uses. Did you guys remember to play the Shield phase of Mirror Strike? No. I'm gonna do that as soon as I am done with my things that I want to go over with the Datamine, which is just the stats and refines, honestly. But we can do that before I go out, because this is unfortunately going to be a very short stream because I don't have a lot of time tonight. But we are going to do what we can. But aside from that, it's time for the next unit. It's Miranda. This is our 4-star demote, by the way. She has 38 HP, 36 attack, 35 speed, 21 defense, and 36 res. She has no super boons, unfortunately, and she has a super bane and minus HP. And her BSC is 166, so it's another. Oh, you thought you could use this as an arena unit, but just kidding, bro. She's one BSC off from doing that. But that's fine. For the most part, her stat line is pretty solid. She's gonna be the free unit, so that was kind of expected. As far as her fodder goes, she has none. Don't bother. Nothing's useful. Like, straight up. It's like seal attack res, dude. Get out of here. Alright, she also has like speed res gap at 4 stars, which is okay, sure. You could probably find some uses with that with some mages. Like, yeah. Don't worry about the base kit too much. She also has Raw Serpent, which, you know, that's just distant defense in a tome. It's in a red pool now, so if you want to use that for somebody, I guess you can do. But as a free-to-play red mage that isn't Tharja, she's fast. She's good and fast for the most part. Which is something we've been needing for a while when it comes to red tomes. Like, all of the red tomes that have been coming out have been slow, high res, no def, no HP, whatever. And they've all been terrible or gimmicky, like Iago or our next unit coming up. But, you know, she makes for a very great raw fox user, because that -4 to all stats on the enemy, very, very helpful for her, because, you know, everything she has aside from maybe her defense is like completely workable. But Miranda has the easiest time getting fox tomes to work for her. Like, if you're asking me who's currently the best fox tome user out of the red mage pool, then I'm going to say Miranda. So, for comparison, I think like the fastest like red mage is like still Ewan. And no, Ewan's actually he has 2 less speed, but he does get 10 dragon flowers, so he's technically 1 less speed behind her, and he is 5-star lock. They have actually about the same stat line. Ewan has the same HP, 1 more attack, 2 less speed, 2 more defense, and they have 1 less res. And then aside from that, you have Tharja, who has a base of 34 speed compared to Miranda. However, Tharja does get 15 flowers, which does let her catch up. It'll actually give her 1 more speed. However, her res is like non-existent because Tharja is a Gen 1 unit, so if you're looking for tanky shenanigans, Tharja is probably not the play there. So yeah, as far as infantry red mages go, Fox Tome Miranda, go for it. Let her go hard, give her like sturdy impact, just to balance her defense and res, and then no follow-up, blah blah blah. You know the rest. You know the deal. Tharja Tex also has attack and speed +4 on her refine. So yeah, but yeah, I'm thinking specifically about Fox Tone. However, Tharja's still not quite tanky. It's only 4 attack and speed when you can put Fox Tome on and get 4 to all stats down. Plus, you know, Miranda is not a shit character, so XD to that. So if you've finally been looking for like a red mage to build that isn't shit, there you go. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same for our next guy. Mandroid's Rock. Veld. Oh man. This poor guy. It's a little something. I'll tell you that. So he has 43 HP, 38 attack, 26 speed, 22 defense, and 36 res. Yep, it's the stat line that everybody's tired of seeing on red mages. Especially me. By the way, he has a super boon in speed and no super banes. So it's not completely unsalvageable, mind you. But yeah, he continues the free red mage curse of being garbage with like a gimmicky weapon, which by the way, you guys should actually check out the weapon. Let me pull it up for you. I'm just gonna put it on the screen for you. So he has Petrify. Let me put these over one another. That way I can see both. Petrify here grants res plus 3 at the start of turn 1 through 5. Yeah, you already see where we're going with here. This is gonna be that kind of gimmick. So yeah, at start of turns 1 through 5, and inflicts attack and speed -7 and gravity on the foe on the enemy team with the lowest specified stat. See below. Yeah. So turn 1, he targets HP. Turn 2, he targets the lowest attack. Turn 3, he targets the lowest speed. Turn 4, def, and turn 5, res. If this is obviously supposed to be like some kind of AR shit, but let's be honest, this is too gimmicky to work. And yes, it doesn't work past turn 5. So he can go in the collection of y'all remember Garneth, right? Your boy Mhulu, or Fallen Takumi, where they get a specific thing that only happens like one time on like a specific turn. Yeah, we're back to that apparently. And unlike Iago, who has his alternating between odd turns and even turns, or Aversa, who has hers up all the time, you know, this is kind of stupid. So let's think about it for a moment. Let's throw this hypothetical unit on a defense team, right? So turn 1. Hold on. Trying to get a better image on my end. That's fine. So turn 1, it targets HP. So let's say somebody throws their Freya in turn 1 or something. Doesn't take damage. They Gale Force run through your map. They leave this dude alive. What's it gonna target? Something with the lowest HP. Probably your mythic unit that's probably just chilling in the back doing nothing if it's not Freya. Turn 2, it's going to target attack. And it's going to target the lowest attack. Typically, the lowest attack could be a toss-up. You could probably use that, but I'm trying to think about, okay, so turn 2 enemy phase. You inflict this on someone. It's the lowest attack, so it could be anybody, honestly. Turn 3 kicks in for their player phase, and that person is now hit with like a attack debuff and gravity. That sounds pretty good, except being able to guarantee that it's going to be a unit that will actually be needed to get hit, probably not gonna happen, because your super tank or whatever that you're gonna smite in or press in turn with on turn 3 is most definitely not getting hit by that. So what about turn 3 enemy phase? Turn 3 enemy phase that hits speed. Astra Season, that's gonna 100% always hit Altina. It's like no dice, like it's always gonna hit her, and it does nothing to her because who cares? I mean, unless you're actually using your Altina past turn 4, which you probably won't be. What are you really gonna do with this? There's just nothing to do with this. Turn 4, it targets defense. By turn 4 enemy phase, the match is already over. You've either won by that point, or you're playing somebody that has either Papagab, or they're just trying to clean up something. Okay, it might hit like an Ophelia if they're PvEing your map, but it's a PvE unit, so they probably have like 4 or 5 dancers on the team in the first place, right? Would it have been better if he targeted a unit with the highest of these stats? Probably. Especially because, like, it'll actually probably hit some of your super tanks at that point. And it'd be pretty decent. Also, the worst thing about this is the fact that he's a red mage. See, in Thracia 776, Petrify is, well, it's not actually classified as, it's classified as dark magic, sure. But your boy uses, typically you would expect this unit to have been colorless. Even if he were colorless, it wouldn't be that great, but it would let him stand out a little bit because he'd be a free-to-play colorless mage, right? So that'd be pretty nice. But yeah, so he uses like kind of earth-like magic, right? It rocks, stones, petrify, turns things into stone. And when it comes to Fae, colorless tomes have rocks and shit. So like there's stone, there's atlas, etc, etc. So you were expected, so like most people, myself included, expected him to be a colorless mage. The fact that he isn't has already made him even worse than he needed to be. So he's just another slow red mage with a shitty gimmick that barely works for anything. At least his speed's more usable than Garnet. At least his like speed is a little more usable, but whatever. I'm so disappointed, but I'm also disappointed but not surprised. There's really nothing you can do with this unit. Throw this nigga in the trash. Well, he has, now mind you, he does have chill res at 4 stars, so for once we actually got some usable fodder on our free unit for a GHP. So if you're hurting for chill res, go for it. He also has like res opening at 5 star. Who cares? But yeah, he goes in the trash. There's nothing to do with him, which is unfortunate because sometimes they just throw out some real stinkers on these for GHBs sometimes. And with that, my friends, that is your these are your new heroes. Skip this banner, actually. It's cute, but Miranda's in the 4-star pool, so you can wait for her. Asbel's not doing too much new. Ronan, why? I mean, if you just want, like, no, just no. But Sarah, I would say consider rolling for her, but I would still say actually skip this banner. In fact, if you do want to roll for anything, roll until you can spark Sarah, or you can get her early. After that, skip the banner, throw it away. It's cute. I mean, my boy Asbel's finally in a game, but if you're looking for unit function, look the other way. Save your orbs. Also, you also really especially need to save your orbs right now because we are nearing up the anniversary of the game, which means crazy events. Crazy events. And you know how it is when it comes to anniversary. I mean, okay, actually last year's anniversary was like hot garbage, but maybe this year will be better. So definitely save your orbs. Anyway, these guys and gals, they are from Thracia 776. Very good, very fun game, but this banner is just okay in my opinion. Very strong units, but nothing too game breaking except for Sarah. Sarah is just absolutely game breaking. Hey now, don't call them generic. They were there before this was generic, so it doesn't count. Okay, Asbel looks like every green hair Shada in Fire Emblem. Like literally everyone. He looks like a Rolf, he looks like Walt. He also looks like 5 points. He also looks like, okay, maybe Asbel maybe a little bit too generic for everyone's taste. He also looks like Lou. He also looks like Nils. Your boy looks like everybody. They could have did up the designs a little better though. They're not terrible, but they definitely do feel a little samey. Especially especially Asbel's archetype. But if you close your eyes, oh yeah, Asbel runs shit like hella good in Thracia. Now that's one thing I remember from playing my game. Your boy Asbel, he carries hard. But yeah, that's the banner. I'm gonna do Millionaire Strike, and we are gonna play with Jenny some more. But let me do Millionaire Strike first. Gotta throw in the Doka's Floor, Briar thing, whatever the fuck. Improve it. Fine, why not? I'm not using. Who cares? These three, every structure past these three are basically useless. It doesn't matter. I'm only scoring 818. I need to work on Hilda's shit real quick. I need to give her. Oh, I did give her a joint horn attack. Hold on. I think I can get 820 now. Green Hair Boys theme team with Merrick, Lewin, Zed, and Asbel. Green Mage Boys. Asbel's the only reason 776 is beatable. You're not wrong, but you shouldn't say it. Yo, Arvis Refine was actually sick though. Honestly, I think, nah. Arvis is cool though. Hopefully Julius's Refine is a little bit better though. At least that's what I would hope. Don't want to keep Aether on. We could throw on like Speed Res solo. Alright, there we go. See, now we're at 820, so I'm just gonna lock the team until I get Felix. Once I get Felix, I can do 822 and hopefully I can start ranking back up again. Do I want to... Hold on. I'm doing Gale Force, but I don't want to use Mystic Boost. I want to use, you can use Sturdy Blow. No. Mirror Strike. I want to bump that res up a little bit. And Armored Stride's fine. Armored Stride's actually perfect. And then Gwendolyn, so she's like also my frontline Gale Force carry. So I have to give her, it doesn't matter what assistant junk I give her though. But she's like Gale Force. And then like attack res solo so she can fuck with dragons. Fuck with them real hard. Unfortunately, ARD attack def doesn't work for that. But I can give her Bold Fighter. And then Panic Smoke. I would like to keep Panic Smoke on, but we need Armored Stride. Let's also do Death Blow. You missed the refine part. Anything good? Jenny definitely got what she deserves. Some really good shit. Arden is still a meme, but he's a very, very good meme. Lewin's a little bit more of what he always was, but just better. And then Kishinoka is like passable. It's like none of the refines were terrible this time, but I would say that not enough help went to Kishin Hinoka to make her viable. Alright, Mjolnir Strike. So what's the Toaster's refine? if you meet your boy Arden, it's a master weapon. It's a dual. Basically, that's why I call dual phase brave weapons, because master weapons come from the Young Rolls series where they have dual phase brave weapons. So I refer to dual phase brave weapons as master weapons. So yeah. You're just waiting for the first fire sweep breath? Oh, that was a Roderick actually. It's a fire sweep with some other funny stuff. 1, 2, 3. Bro. If you're having trouble with Millionaire Strike at all, get your hands on like 2 armor units with Gale Force and armor. You don't even need armor strike for real, but just get your hands on like some strong Gale Force armors and let them swap between each other up here. I don't know if people still have trouble with Millionaire Strike, but that's what I use.
This way? Do I have to?
Oh no, why does she have Panic Manner? Panic Ploy. I guess Darting Blow isn't really but it's also not crazy. Not gonna lie though. She has guard, so I'm not gonna hit her.
Yes.
Oh, I do like no damage. Hold on.
I will go. Yeah.
Who can I throw in front of this guy?
It's so cold. Sure thing. This way?
Yeah, that's fine.
Ready.
And then I can let Morgan die. Nah, it's fine. Wait, how come I only move 1 space with Amelia? Oh, right, because we're just gonna do that. That's fine. That's fine. Looks good to me. Oh yeah, it also gives like +4 attack, +6 defense and guard. It's nothing crazy. It's a little bit underwhelming as far as the refine goes, but just being a Maestro Sword is pretty great.
Yes.
Oh no, not this Frederick. Frederick can leave.
My turn?
Pop. You don't kill Melissa? Come on, Amelia. Alright, fine. I don't want you to fight the Frederick anyway, because you take a shitload of damage. In fact,
Yes.
he actually one-shots Gwendolyn. That's kind of nuts. But then again, type advantage.
My turn?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I hate Effie. I think she's just kind of lame, but Jesus Christ, they gave her probably the worst refine that has ever been graced, that has ever graced this game's presence. Like, it's straight doggy doo-doo bad. Holy shit. Like, I actually feel bad for Effie fans. I mean, only a little bit, mind you, but I do in fact feel bad for them. Okay. Let me blow up this Frederick. He's pretty much the best non-seasonal sword armor at this point, which isn't a hard title to take. Well, I'd say he's almost the best. Mind you, you still have to deal with things like, say, you know, the Black Knight existing.
Holly Jolly Hilltop. Sure thing.
Of course.
God, this is so free, bro. Do you have guard? No.
Yes. Certainly.
I don't think NS's Refine was terrible. I just think that in the long run, it didn't age as well as it should have. Because him, Jafar, like those sweep effects,
My turn?
if those came out today, they would be a lot better because they would have given him a lot more to work with.
Certainly. All right. Yep.
Do I want to do this? I'll just kill the Varion. Or at least damage him. We'll use this once. Varion can attack. I don't know. This way?
Sure thing.
Of course. This way?
Yes, this way.
Yeah.
That's good. Better than Takami's. Takami's, I like the idea behind it, but there's nothing you can really do with it like that's like crazy. Cause you know, teleporting as a gimmick is pretty fun, but Takami needed different kinds of help. He didn't need teleportation. He needed better mechanics.
I'm ready.
How do you not kill that?
All right.
Well, you do worse against your boy over there, so.
I'm ready. My turn.
Have we seen the new Datamine characters? Yes, you've just missed them. Don't worry, VODs are definitely going to be up, so if you missed my thoughts on them, don't worry, you will definitely be able to see them now. Later.
I will go.
Ready to move.
I must be careful.
Can I reach? Ooh, I can. I'm actually turning this on,
This way?
so I can just sweep the Robin. Oh yeah, the new OC, those characters. I don't really care. Last turn.
I will go.
But yeah, the book 5 stuff is interesting though, but I'm not too hype about it. Book 5 is book 5. We'll see what the story has to offer later though, but other than that, it's kind of whatever to me. Ah, 3 HP, come on.
My turn.
All right, get out of here. She's like short Sharina with a witch hat, and then she has like a. Hold on, let me go dig up the image real quick, cause it's actually kind of funny looking. I'm gonna actually grab that weapon. I'm gonna actually grab that real quick if I can find the image. Because honestly, she just looks like angry Sharina, but like short. And I just find that hilarious. Alright, here it is. Look at her. Oh, hold on. It's like short Sharina, but actually, I kind of like this design, not gonna lie. Because if you look closely, she has like the hair tied around the gun. And, you know, that's actually quite aesthetic. And it's a huge ass gun too, so like you have the lolly with like the big gun. Like that's some pretty good aesthetic, not gonna lie, right? Legs. Look at her legs, bro. She's so short. Look at her. She's so tiny. It's actually kind of hilarious. Look at me. I'm short, angry Sharina. I'm mad because my gun AI doesn't work correctly. Please stop spamming the run button. Please stop spamming skills, XD. She looks like that type. Not gonna lie, bro. Alright. Who is this sassy lost child? Yeah, the eye is actually pretty cool. Her hat as big as she is. Big hat. Big hat. Big hat, pretty good, dude. She's angry because she's short, as always. It's just Tatsumaki with blonde hair. Okay. Hey, look. We're gonna pretend. Don't complain to me about having DC. I'm just saying that I may or may not have forgotten that I did not put for Def Res on. I'm just kidding. I don't have a crazy A slot for her. We have to keep DC. Please no bully. Okay. I'm tired of looking at that. So, are we going up yet? Yes, we are finally going back up. Well, I guess people were right about dwarves being in book 5, XD. I wasn't expecting the dwarves to be the bad guys though. But, you know. I like how every OC design is just some variant of Alphonse or Sharina. Haha, that's funny. How is the scoring this strict though? I guess it's a little strict. I can't tell what... I wanted to see what current standing was. Can I... Oh, it's here. So, I'm rank 820, which is like... Okay. 878? How the fuck do you get that high? And then between you assholes, Mr. Whale over here, and his goddamn plus 10s. I don't know where this would rank. So I don't know if 820 next week is gonna be like a demote. Like I think I'm going back and forth into 20 and 21 again until I get you know, until Felix is plus 10, I guess. But yeah, I'm like super far behind. I need to like replace Ross. I have to do a lot of stuff. But yeah, I got that done. Hall of Forms ends in 2 hours, and we're gonna pick up the Eleonora Forma. So I'm excited for that as well. We're gonna keep it short tonight though. Wait, I want to do some stuff with Jenny, and then we're gonna call it a night. I can go about another 30 minutes maybe. So we also have like 15. We have like 10 more setups, dude. Like Jesus. I wonder if you could do something funny with like the Bernadetta. I'm just kind of thinking of ideas right now. How am I gonna put this on a defense team? Because that's the first thing that I was thinking of. How viable is Jenny going to be if I use her for defense? Uh-oh. We're not gonna worry about those blessings right now. But let's say I want Jenny to like go nuts on something, I guess. Oh, let me add Annie as well, because maybe I can get something working with that. Alright. So let's see how we can do this. I could throw a Bernie up here in a corner. Maybe have Annie right here. Have her be this way. So probably like this. So let me throw Yoon over here too. Still fucks me, the small tomboy in a mech is apparently a godly being. God, some of the designs for these characters are like kinda silly. I actually kinda don't like the mech designs for this game, but I mean, I guess they work. They just don't feel steampunk enough. Like, it looked like they were going for like a steampunk vibe, but then they just kinda went flaccid with it. I don't know. Put this here, or put this here. Yeah, something like that. So let's say, I want to see if I can like make Jenny do something crazy. Like, let's say I leave that there, huh? So Bernadetta does her gimmick, hits a net, we physic it, she dances. Aw, she just goes for Bernie as well. Unless they were in range, I guess it wouldn't work. Plus, if I were to use like Nana or something, a net's rally wouldn't really do much. But I guess the only real way to do it is to have like one of those crazy new weapons. Because if I had something like hold on, let me try real quick. I'm gonna just sit right here just to see if she does what she should do. Once something is in range. Yeah, she rallies and then she just goes fucking nuts. Okay, so if somebody's predicting that, you can probably do something really fun with that. Let's say I'm like using my usual gimmick, Santina, blah blah blah, funny advantage, etc. And then I just kind of do this. So you put the Altina in range, you get the rally, and then I just kind of go nuts. That'd be kind of funny. I don't think people will do that though, unless something else is like in range. But that's one way to kind of work Annie into it. But like another thing I want to try is like, see if I had like one of those crazy new staffs, I could put like Annie right here, or like a 3-range unit right here. And just kind of leave Bernadetta, not in the corner, but kind of let her participate. So let's say I had that new staff, that return, like Jenny on turn 1 would run here, heals whatever's right here, and then repo them right here. And if it's like a 3-range unit, you know, they can go all the way down here and just like go crazy, and that's pretty hilarious. But I don't have that. Maybe within a month, by the time I'm out of negative orbs, I might poke around and try to get Sara. But until then, we're gonna do different work. I'll probably do something like this to keep her from rallying Bernadetta. No, I'm not. These aren't like permanent units or anything. I'm just kind of testing out the concept. So, if I were to, like, with the Bernadetta gimmick, you know, it's better to just use Nana. But we're gonna try to use Jenny because Jenny is Jenny. We're just gonna try to go nuts with her, right? So, I probably wouldn't even use Spring Water for this. Like, everybody loves, not Desert, but Lost Castle for this, because it's just really good at like setting this stuff up. Especially because I can throw like something right here, like Annie for turn 1, and then still have Bernie kind of participate, but you know, kind of whatever. And I'm not gonna use Physic. Like, I'm gonna use like a different weapon. Restore is always good. If anything, I still wish healers had access to specials though. Put her here, I guess. Probably put this here. Give her like aerobatics or something. She'll probably aerobatics her way over to like to this tile, which she should. When are we gonna get 7 units on the defense? How about that? XD. Oh, I have to give her aerobatics first. Hold on. Alright. Since this is typically the kind of team you'll see, well, the kind of formation you'll see with this. Really wish I had the funny stuff though. Don't pay attention to me forgetting that I had auto recovery on, okay? Look, it's been a long day. But yes, those they turn on at the same time, so unfortunately I can't use auto recovery for this specific formation. You could always use res ploy though, speed ploy. We'll put that on for now. She has really good res. Fuck, I forgot Pawns of Loki. It's okay. I forgot it last time too. It's such a boring mode. Well, it's not boring, but it's like tedious. It's unnecessarily tedious. And it really shouldn't be. AI test. Moves tile. Dances. Goes crazy. Goes crazy. Put in multiple refreshers here, and you could probably do something. See, since they like to hug defense tiles, if I had Bernadetta here, and then I had, say... Let's say I had like another refresher here instead of like a Yoon. Like I only use like one Yoon. I can have another refresher here, and then they can aerobax their way onto Bernie or something. And then they can either dance Bernadetta or Jenny, and that'll be pretty funny. Although I'm really using two Yoons for their crazy shit. Also have ground orders, which means... Oh shoot, I have ground orders. Of course. That's how I can do it. So let me see. How do I want to put it? I want to find a way to make odd recovery work with the Bernadetta team again. I'm back on this. I'm back on this again because healers are just getting better and better, and I love it. So since I have ground orders on this Yoon, I can probably pull something off here. But I think because it's 2 spaces, probably can't. At the very least, it does give me room for... Okay. Forget this for now. But I may need it. Alright. Let's use one Yoon for this example, because I want to put in a second refresh. So let's put in your boy Racing, right? He also has ground orders. Why did I give him home flyers? Must have been doing something funny. Alright, so let's put your boy Racing in. Let's put him here. You know what? Because ground orders on Bernie and Annie might be able to do something funny. Who knows? So let's see what happens now. The refresh. Very convoluted. Not quite what I was expecting. Because I don't need you to heal I don't need you to heal there. That makes you an open target. Bad. No. Not like that. I want to make sure that Bernadetta cannot be reached by Jenny. So this needs a little building control, yes.
On the right foot.
Like, we're not gonna worry about Bernadetta having threat range over here for now. First, we just want to see if we can make how far ahead can we make Jenny move. She also heals Racing. Alright, same movement. So let's throw in some structures. Duel's Hindrance, good. Panic Manor, that might be useful. these two things here. Slot 4 catapult, already looking quite spicy. Jenny will also force heals if she dies to the tank. But if something is out of range and we use Annette, then we can actually get her to get a secret kill. Of course, if we can get a way to make her not die to tanks, that's also fine. Her defense HP ratio isn't super great, so as long as like something like Santina doesn't like normally one shot her with like a normal attack, you can probably get away with it. It's probably not happening though, but
A new dawn.
a little more control. It's fine if we can just get her to sit in place. Oh, now see, that's a little spicy. If Annette were like a 2 range unit, you could probably do some very good shenanigans there. Either a 2 range unit or a 3 range, 3 movement that can actually sit on that palm tree. Alright, let's make sure there's nothing in range though. What happens now? Does that heals? And now Plumeria and Jenny sit on the defense tile and just kind of chill. This one's Plumeria, right? Or is that Triandra? I can't remember which one's which. That was Tiandra, I think. But yeah. Do we want to use auto recovery in Physic? We might want to use auto recovery in Physic, but if I use Physic, we may have the condition where we cannot actually reach anything. Let's see. No, Racing is actually making it perfect. So if I were to use Physic, it actually wouldn't matter. If you notice, like, Jenny still runs under Annette and heals. So the Heron Wing isn't actually doing that much. Well, actually it is, because I think I'm just hitting a status effect on Annette and she's just still getting it. So let's use a different one. We'll use, we'll go ahead and use Mirabilis, yeah? As for how it would get odd recovery, to implement on this, yeah. Since Mira's chilling here, we can use odd recovery. It won't hit a net, but we can physic our way over to Mirabilis. So yeah, you're onto something there, yeah. Yeah, but who cares about Santina? Right now, I'm just working out the movement concepts. We can probably get some, get something crazy to work in here, though. Like, I'm kind of just using, like, 2, dancers. But yeah, for dark defense, this is kind of shit. But for Astra, I can go pretty crazy.
On the right foot. Look, snow. The glimmer of life.
Yeah, so she rushes over and physics that way. Which is pretty good. I like that. By having 2 overlapping threat ranges, it makes things harder. I guess I would have to think about Santina, but I'm thinking about the combination of Annie and Jenny. I mean, yeah, if you think about it, the gimmick isn't really all that strong. Mostly you're trying to just snipe other units other than Santina.
Snow, who shall I begin with?
So, like, I just kind of chill here, right? Yeah. Let's see. I mean, that's kind of funny. Like, they're so boxed in that, you know, they can't really get out. So, it makes it kind of easier to do things like ignore Santina and just get snipes. Any legendary Azura copies? No. Azura can always never not be in my barracks. And as for legendary Dimitri, Odd Tempest only works on melee units. It works on melee infantry and melee flyers. So if we were to implement something like that instead, we can get something going. But yeah, this gimmick is stronger with somebody like Nana because Nana's 3 move. But we're specifically trying to use something with Jenny. But that was just kind of my idea with that. So I'm going to make a team real quick. Why do I have 2 May and Bowie teams? I only need 1 now. I'm going to do some testing. What kind of testing? Very, very hilarious things. This shouldn't work, by the way. But it'll be funny if it does. Ooh, that means I should get her joint drive. And then we're just gonna keep solo for. No. Attack Def solo. Yeah. Do you think Clarine will get a refine soon? I hope so. It'll be very fun. It'll be great if she does. What would it even be? Avoidance. Give her damage reduction. Why? Because Clarine is the dodge tank queen in FE6. And that's like, that would be pretty great. Regular peony, dual peony, and then 1 more unit. Probably a support. What kind of support can I throw in for this? Like a Milla or something? Somebody who gives like a shitload of like defense and res. You know what? I can just put Renee on. That's fine. Most things will be fighting from range anyway. Which means... Is that a Forma Spring Miss? Yeah. Sometimes I make mistakes and we get things like that. I'll do QR actually. Man, you have one too? That's wild. Imagine actually tanking this. Well, this is pretty basic, but... I have duels hindrance, so this looks cute. And since I'm just fighting mostly magic, it should work. Also threw QR on for effect. That hurt though. 28. Ah, she almost tanked it, like completely. Ah! Hilda. I got Hilded. Alright. You need like Summoner's Report and some more stats.
With pleasure.
Oh, I forgot the I forgot the whatchamacallit. I bet I can make this work. Hold on. Where is it? Yeah, I didn't position the peony correctly. Also didn't have set of have drive attack, which is exactly why that happened. And I got I got like nade by Wings of Mercy. For the most part, I can assume that I'm probably only gonna have like maybe 2 units set up.
Here I go.
Don't need any adjacents, but
Sure.
we can do this anyway.
Ready.
I mean, this will be funny if it works. Are you going to summon for Sarah? I mean, I kind of want to, but I also don't have the means to do it right now. God, she heals so much. It's crazy.
Good morning. With pleasure. Here I go.
Can't believe I don't double. Well, I mean, it's Mercy, but Jesus.
A new dawn. Sure. Ready.
Dual Tina still in? That was probably a bad idea.
This way.
Yep. Funny Wings of Mercy trick. Why is my AI so cracked? Mercy or Maria, who's better? Whichever one you want to use.
This way.
There's no real difference between them.
Sure.
Oh yeah, my Duotina doesn't have whatchamacallit on. We'll see.
Let us begin.
Good morning.
Is it time?
So. Maybe. Sure.
Bro, Mercy Refine gonna be cracked as fuck, bro. Get ready for that.
With pleasure. Here I go.
Alright, that was cute. I don't think she's super tank material. But it was worth trying. I want to do a lot more with this, but my time is short tonight, so unfortunately we're gonna have to call it a night. I am definitely going to be posting the highlights for everybody, so if you missed my review on the refines and junk, don't worry, they will be up later tomorrow morning. But yes, it's time to end the stream for the night. For my Twitch peeps, give me that follow, you know you want to. And for my YouTubes, you know what to do, you gotta like, comment, and subscribe. And with that, I will see you guys to maybe tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But definitely Friday for hero reviews. Okay, bye. And also Mercy is best and Maria trash. Go to bed. Night.